A very big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius. Today is the Sun in Taurus, giving the light to the Moon in Aquarius. And instantly I see your nakedness versus being dressed for a specific function. The Hierophant, the High Priest, brings the message, and you are the message. You are living it, you are it. You give water to water, and you give water to earth, and your position is like a star, and you're facing the left spinning path, which is the soul path, and you are the 8th star. Ruled by Venus, ruled by Uranus, the revolution, the worth, self-worth, and the revolution is to show the world who you are, no matter where you're born into. Everyone can be a star now. And this is the age of Aquarius, and I'm always curious what message is coming through when I do your reading, because this is the new age. This is the wobble the earth does to the left. That wobble lasts 25,800 years, and we divide it through the 12 zodiac signs, so we get an age. And the age of Aquarius is upon us. Some say we're in it already, some say we're not in there yet. Nevertheless, we're looking up in the sky. The internet, all the information is coming now from the universe, from this huge consciousness. And you are a star, but the Sun is a dwarf star as well. And the Sun is getting its impulse from the central sun in our galaxy, and that's serious. I mean, you see, right? There is so much that we can see, and of course you are facing the soul path. Meanwhile, he stays centered between these two pillars, between the pillar that is connecting him to the soul and the pillar that is connecting him to the human. Because to the right that is human, to the left that it's the soul speaking. And so he's the neck and you are the calves. Very interesting, right? So sometimes what do I see? What comes up? And so yeah, we finding now that everybody is a star, can be a star through the internet, through now the platforms that we can use and show ourselves to the world, to the whole world. The whole world can see you if you post a video. I mean, this is what's so fascinating also for me, to do these readings, not to get clicks or likes. It's because I feel I can contribute to the world, to the information that the world is now bringing to everybody's home. I mean, just think about it. Taurus, I gave Taurus a movement because he's sitting here between his two pillars and I want him to start moving. He goes up to get the information and brings it down. You, on the other hand, you are side plank and you are that star and you're falling down and you're becoming that big star here on earth. And yeah, just remember that you are bringing now a new age, because that wobble to the left is long. That's when a religion is formed. And it's important for us to recognize all the movements, right? The planets and the earth and the sun and the moon does. Okay, so here we have a combination, a very interesting combination, right? This freedom, this nakedness, and then here this like, okay, well, we always have done it this way and it worked. Well, now things are really dramatically changing. You are the King of Swords, also looking straight ahead. Nevertheless, your soul is connected very deeply with the soul path, and that's when you get your soul reading in your opposite month, which is Leo. That's when you get the full moon, and that's when I do a big reading, a reading from right to left. Today you get from left to right, a normal everyday reading, because that's how I connected with the spin of the earth that's turned into the right, every 24 hours. So you're looking straight at us, or at yourself. Is your birthday between January 9th and February 7th, then this is your court card. If not, look please in the description below. I have listed all the cards that I'm using. And of course, all the court cards with their dates. Then back to the last reading, because everything is cyclical. I'm including the last reading. Aries Sun highlighting Aquarius Moon. Stars are huge and your presence is lifting the veil of unconsciousness. You are a star, and our sun is a dwarf star. So we're gonna see what Taurus wants to tell you, because the sun is in Taurus, is bringing worth, is bringing the second house of value, of a deep value that we have reached when we have really understood the dualities, and now we are not anymore in the black and white but in the gray pillar. And of course you are the 11th house of friendship, and so you find your self-worth or your value within your friendships. All right, so let's begin this reading. I've thought about changing a little bit of the cards I used to use Rider-Waite as that path from the Fool to the World, but I want to use from the deck of the mystical moments, all the cards, because I feel like I've done my work with these cards, right? So I want to now learn from another deck the cards, because that's why I'm doing so many different decks, right? Because I want to learn how very old ones, like let's say the Visconti Sforza Tarot, which was created in the 15th century, to now to the most modern and eclectic tarot cards, right? I'm just ordered another really cool deck and I'm waiting for it to arrive. So I'm almost like a collector now. I'm like really wanting to see what other people do. So we begin on the position of the Fool. And as you can see, the Fool here is letting you know the 10 of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo, is on your mind. And it's a path with the crocodile here. The crocodile that is going deep down into the subconscious. It's like that path from the soul. And she is also facing the slightly the left spinning, right? And it's going down to the left. And this is why I want to see now, because also here in Rider-Waite, he's going left, right? He's going left. And I see that you are, through this deck, noticing now something deep within you that is saying, I want the money to bring me a security, but also bring me a stability where I can create a family. So family is on your mind, because you can see 5-5, and usually we see the Hermit in the card, we see the couple, the Empress and the Emperor, and we see a child, and we see 2 dogs, right, in Rider-Waite. So that's the classical 10 of coins. But here you can see there is a path that you're taking to fulfill your dream of a family. Very interesting, right? Then on the position of the Magician comes the Heart of Sky, the number 24. And what's really interesting, from here it looks like she's looking up to the 10, but when I look at her face, she's actually looking down in the human path. And so this foolish idea of, yes, I want a family, I have the money to create a family, now I just have to do it. It's a thought, it's an idea. And now you get here the Heart of Sky, and you're looking up, and you just have to take a heart magically to recognize, yes, everything is waiting for you. You are noticing that the Magician is sitting in this magician's hat, and he is seeing that I am taking the human path to create a family. And even though the face is in this direction, your eyes are looking in the fact that, yes, you have to take that human path. The soul is giving you the idea, so now act upon it. Bring that to this world, right? Bring that into your life. Because the 10, and then to go to the 6 calculated together, it's like the 6 is that self-love, and the Heart of Sky is like that moment where you feeling something is shifting within you to actually take that step. It is a big step, right? Because all of a sudden you have to connect with a human being that, you know, is in your life when you create a family. I mean, it's like they're there, right? They're just, yes, you can divorce, but you don't think about that. Then comes on the position of the High Priestess, comes here the Last Judgment, the spirit of the primal fire. So here we have a 2, and then we go immediately to a 20. And the High Priestess stands here between these 2 curtains, and she has the ship here with the deep ocean, and you can see there is a ship here as well. It's very interesting, right? So there is something giving you the power to see your intuition on a higher next level when you take now this step, and when you take your heart to that level where you're saying, yes, I do want to create a family. I am ready. Wow, it's really, yeah, it's really coming through. And it's like your intuition is, yes, I have to let go of things that don't work anymore in my life. The spirit of the primal fire is actually then that action, taking that action on your intuition, upon your intuition, taking that ship, taking the emotional journey to recognize that you go from 2 immediately to a 20, to a 2 and a 0. And that's why the money here on the position of the Magician, that I am taking that path. I am going deep down and see deep down up in the sky my destiny. Right? So you have a 10, a 6, and a 20. And then comes on the position of the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune. That's Jupiter, and Jupiter is actually moving into Taurus. So Taurus, right, is bringing Jupiter energy already to you. And here's the Empress giving birth to the 2 times 10. And so there is a 10-10 portal with a 20. And you recognize when you really, really, truly love yourself, and that's what the 6 is, you take responsibility for your intuition, for that which comes from your soul, then you are seeing that you are giving birth to a 10 that is bringing you so much more now of endeavors that are very interesting, right? Because it means, see how she is giving birth to a child. She's the Empress, and she is the one that gives birth to the form. She puts a crown on the top of this child that's underneath her. And you see the 6 buttons here, which is then connected, of course, with the 6 here, right? And so the 10 is saying, yes, take that luck, take that leap of faith, because it's the soul speaking to you. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning to the left by looking at these creatures, right? And this is the Rove du Fortune. These are French cards. And a 10-10 portal is speaking to you and is letting you know, yeah, you want that. You can then also give, of course, birth to the new form, to this moment of Jupiter's bringing you expansion, is bringing you the new, is bringing you luck, is bringing you more of what you already have. Then comes on the position of the Hierophant, the 7 of Pentacles. And so this is now very interesting. So Taurus is speaking to you that, yes, you worked hard, is bringing you another 7 coins. You already have 10 coins here. You have that Wheel of Fortune. You have a 10-10 portal. 2 times 10, it's like you really understand that the 20 here is bringing you like, I get it. I really understand that my intuition, right? The 20, the 2 also, 2 times. The 10 is like, I get it. It's up to me to really feel that I make my life the way I want it. And so now you get Taurus bringing you another 7 coins. So guess what? You have 17 coins. Now, what is the number of your card? The number 17, the 1 and the 7. So you have the 1 from the 10 and you have the 7 from the 7 of coins. And the 7 of coins is bringing you now a very clear sign to your number, the 17, which is then an 8. And that's that infinite connection to the magician. He has that above his head, right? He knows that everything is coming and going and infinite. And you see that the tree that you have now created, or the work that you have learned, and you give it further to the next generation, because that's what it also feels to me, right? I want you to bring the information to the people. I want you to be a movement, and a movement is always connected with the next generation, with the younger generation. And here you are seeing that through the Hierophant, through the owl that is reading to this child and learning. And you are looking now at the 6 coins here, and it's the 6 that is then connected with the 6 coins in the tree, but you have the 7th here between your legs. And that's then the 7th, right? The understanding that you are the 7th star that is falling down here, has come here between his legs, and that's the success. To be a star is like to know the workings of the universe behind and in the front. Then you can really be a star. Then you can really be like Taurus, be someone that teaches the next generation how all of this is functioning. Then comes on the position of the King of Swords. And in this deck there are 2 King of Swords. There is a feminine King of Swords and there is a masculine King of Swords. Comes the King of Cups. Now I'm going to put both of them here. And so you see that the King of Cups is that emotional energy. He has the wind, the sails of his ship, which you've got on the position of the High Priestess, the ship in the water, the emotional connection of your intuition. You lift it up to your heart because you want from your heart to really be now connected. You want to love, you want to dive deep, you want to be male and female united. And Scorpio is that transformation, a deep transformation that is actually shifting you, because Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, Pluto is switching between Capricorn, the social status, and you, the star card. You who brings the new technology, brings the stardom to all the people. And look how she has on her dress the stars that she's sawing. She is that queen, and she is that king, the female and the masculine king that has that bird in front of his eye. But you feel very deep down in your guts sometimes these deep emotions, deep emotions, right? So here you are recognizing that your position as the King of Swords now is not to be mental anymore, but to be emotional, to be united in the masculine and the feminine, and to notice that here deep down is one energy and up here is the other, but to unite it is like, yes, water is feminine and air is masculine. Because that's what he is, right? As a king, the King of Cups is, as a king presence, he's air, but as an element, he is water. And so you are air and air. And it's letting you know that you have to now become deeply more emotional and feel your guts and not just be mental up in the sky anymore. Then comes on the position of the star, comes the Ace of Cups. That means you are ready. If you take that in consideration, you are ready to hold the cup up and let go of these sharks, the butterflies in your belly. You are allowing the love to set you free and be up here and be the star that you can be. Be this inspiration that you can be. And so here comes the direct inspiration of, yes, allow this love to liberate you. Totally liberation, right? The sharks in your belly from the King of Cups, right? The union between feminine and masculine, like we had the King of Swords, a feminine, and the King of Swords, a masculine figure in this deck. So here you are now finding a love that is liberating you. Look at this. It's like, yes, this is what we all want. We want to love deeply. Then comes on the position of the moon, this 3, the benefactor of grace and generosity, and you recognize that the 3 is creating the new 1, the family that you desire so much, the longing, but there are still some monsters lurking here in the dark. Meanwhile, you have the moon up here. Meanwhile, you're longing to evolve and to liberate yourself and to go, and no matter how much you have these sharks here in your belly, you are ready to face those fears, because that's what evolution does with us. And you are looking at it and you're like, okay, here comes something that I want deeply to love and to have fun. And look at them. They're really having fun. I want to be them. I want to sit in this mushroom. And it's the Amnamida muscaria, right? And so there is this, the love that we experience that really makes us almost crazy, is that bringing you to that level of, yes, I can do this. I can create a family. I can do what I felt here the soul was bringing to me. Yes, do that. Do a family, right? Because you just feel it deep within. And then comes on the position of the sun, the ice, the 33, and it's very interesting. So you have a 333 portal right away. And look at this bird that's covering her left eye. You remember the bird that covered here his right eye? So very interesting. You got the sun bringing you the ice, and here you are waiting. It's almost like this is the ice that you are, or that you can be as the King of Swords. Very icy, very cold. But you see the liberation of the horse. You see that there is something that is asking from you now to liberate yourself. Like the bird that is here. And yes, you are waking up that you maybe need to shift something, because in the Rider-Waite there is, on the position of the sun, there is a horse. So that's the horse that is saying wake up. The sun is saying wake up. And that's where the Hierophant is coming in. Wake up. Learn what you've learned, and don't be frozen and stuck here. Liberate yourself, because that's where the 7 of coins came. It's giving you the worth that you are the star, that you are that 7th star that's coming down, so that you can be the 8th star here when we calculate it together, because that's what you have. You have 17 coins, which then creates the 8, and 8 is the infinite. 8 is then the infinite that's hovering above the magician's head in the Rider-Waite deck. Remember always, the 8 is a very important connection, and that's where the self-love comes in then. And so here you are, pushed to awaken, pushed to see right and left, right? To close your eyes and to recognize, now I am pushed because I have the 333 portal. And very interesting, now on the position of the world, you get another 3. And this 3 is of the 3 of Swords. And that's, of course, Saturn in Libra. And Saturn in Libra is that world pain, and something is making you go down and be like, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can handle such a happy energy. It's too much. I don't think I am made for it. And so here comes something that is actually like a test for you, that you really need to look at it and be like, hey, why am I not recognizing now? I have 4 times the 3. That's the heart. That's what came here on the position of the King of Swords, that you are listening to your heart, that you are listening to that journey that we're taking by listening to the heart, because that's what the High Priestess has right in the ocean. And that's where the last judgment came to you, right? To let go of what you think these things should be, or like a family, to create a family should be. And that sadness, right, is like, okay, now you are 4 times the 3, recognizing there are still things that are really working deep within me, that are frozen from a past life, and I don't know how to handle such a happy energy like this one. Look at this. This is crazy, right? So there's a 3-3 portal and the 3-3 portal framing the 3-3 portal. So 4 times the 3 is having the heart to be powerful, to be empowered, and to see that the longing is to come out, right? This is where the moon is. You want this. And I'm just going to put this down for a moment, because you want this because this is where the liberation of the heart is coming in. That came up on your position, the star. The moon in the star, right? Or a star in the moon. And then here on the sun, it's like you can work on yourself, on your self-worth, because that's what Taurus does, is melting the ice and is liberating you. And so here you are seeing then that the world, the 3, which is also 3 here, right? This is the 21 and it's a 3. So then you have 5 times the 3, and 5 are the tests. Recognize that this test is wanting you to be amazing in a family, and that this crazy idea is not that crazy. Is you want a family, so do it, because here you look up into the corner, but actually you look over into the last judgment, into the 2, and you're like, okay, the 2-2, the intuition that is giving me the responsibility to evolve and to shift and to change. And then, of course, we know that then the Wheel of Fortune came, and you are fortunate enough to see, yes, I am ready to accept this kind of happiness, and I don't need to be unhappy. Though this unhappiness makes this happiness even more powerful. So accept all of it. That's what the message is. Accept all of it, because that's what love does. It brings sharks, but also liberation to the heart. That's what it is. It brings the masculine and the feminine to you through this deck, and also just through the understanding that you are now empowered, and that you want to see that here the Hierophant is bringing you more information so that you can really be the star up in the sky. Wow. Wow. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then is the sun going into Gemini, and you have the 6 here. Gemini speaking to you through the heart of sky. Just know that, yeah, the face is looking up, but the eyes are looking down to the human path. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.